If you are not in impeccable shape as a Christian, then you're doing something wrong. And this is controversial because most Christians I see are out of shape. But this can be changed quite easily. So get ready, because I'm about to unload the truth on you, as I always do. Now, I think the most obvious thing I could say is that life is a gift. Having this body, being able to move around, being able to watch my videos, I mean, that's the greatest gift you can have, right? Being able to watch my videos. This is a gift. Being able to be conscious, all of these different things. Likewise, your body is your temple. And to throw away this temple, essentially, and just let it go into ruin, to me, I find very disrespectful. So, to me, that's the most obvious thing. I mean, you should be in shape because you've been given a gift, and you should take care of that gift. I mean, it's kind of just spitting in God's face in a way, you know? Now, I'm going to go into a bit more of a nuanced, unique perspective, because most people just leave it at that. Well, your body's a temple, so you should take care of it, this, that, and the third. But I'm going to take a unique angle in that, especially if you are a man, okay? Because what does the Bible call men to do? It calls men to provide, protect, be respectable, be intelligent, lead, all these different things. And the truth is, being in very good shape plays into all of these. So let's look at providing. You may wonder, well, how does being in good shape lead to being a better provider? Very simple. First of all, you can do more labor-intensive jobs if that's the route you want to go. You need to be in good shape in order to do those jobs. But also, and this goes to the respect aspect I was talking about. If you are a respected individual, it's much easier to provide, because think about it. You go into the sales meeting. It doesn't have to just be sales. Could just be being online. Could be being in person for a job interview. But let's take a sales meeting. You know, some dude walks up to the board. Imagine two different situations. One situation is this fat dude, some fat dude, walks up to the board, waddles over there, starts giving his sales pitch. Now you take someone in impeccable shape, and you could tell by looking at him, and he walks up, to the same meeting, and he gives the same exact pitch. Who converts more? If you're truly honest with yourself, then you're going to say the dude in good shape is going to convert more. So that proves my point right there. The same thing goes for a job interview. If your employer, your would-be employer, can respect you, from the second you walk in, your odds of getting employed go up drastically. Or maybe you're trying to sell something online. Is it easier to sell something online when you're a fat walrus, or is it easier to sell something online when you're someone in good shape? I mean, to me, the answers to these are obvious. So being in good shape is, I would almost say, integral. I would say a very important aspect of providing. I'll put it like that. I won't say necessary, because there's a lot of fat dudes out here with good amounts of money. But who wants to be a fat dude with money? That sounds like sounds suboptimal to me. Fix the lighting. So, next, protecting. I think this is quite obvious. In order to protect others, okay, what is protecting? Well, maybe you have to get in combat, you have to be perceptive, you have to be able to move around, right? Being fat hinders all of these, and you may wonder, well, how does being fat hinder your ability to be perceptive? Well, a strong body is a strong mind. If you took the reaction times of the average fat dude and the average reaction time of someone in really good shape, the guy in really good shape is going to have a better reaction time. So, being able to be perceptive, being able to engage in combat. Now, it is true that fat people have, the weight behind their, punches and whatever, but you're going to be more intimidating if you're in good shape. Now, I think it's actually, I'll really quickly define what I mean by good shape, because some people probably be confused at this point. You don't have to be like me and have a bunch of muscles. Although I do think that's best, because it's the most intimidating body type. Big muscles that you can see. That's the most intimidating body type, and when you're protecting, it's much better if you don't have to fight. It's much better if you can just stave people off just by, standing around. Like some people are, you see videos of this all the time. Someone, they start talking crap with someone, and another person gets up and they're huge, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, man." It's funny to see, but it's kind of like that. But you can be a sprinter, you can be a fighter and have that type of physique. You can go play basketball every day at your local park and get in good shape. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. There's no excuse, which I'm going to go over later. But yeah, protecting others, right? You need to be in good shape in order to be a valid protector. You need to practice a little bit, just because the average person doesn't know how to fight, and people who start fights with you, because again, you're not going to start fights, but other people are going to start fights with you potentially. Those people don't know how to fight. People who know how to fight don't start fights. So that being said, we also already went over respect, but Christian men should be respectable. Because think about it. Part of being a Christian is creating disciples, I believe. I think you should be in a position at the very least to convert other people, either or I'll put it like this, through your knowledge and being a respectable person in general. And I always add respectable because, the way it is, and you see this all the time, people are like, well, all these Christians over here look like geeks, so why should I be a Christian? Of course, they're morons, but that's just how people think. So, and it's like the sales meeting thing. In order to convince someone, it's much easier to do it if they already respect you. And part of being respected is looking like someone worthy of respect, which is what being in good shape does for you. It makes you look like someone worthy of respect. Now, intelligence, already went over this a little bit. A strong body is a strong mind. Okay? And I always use the example of being fat, but this also goes for being scrawny and like really, really skinny. Everything I'm saying. But I just use the word fat because the word fat is funny. So if you're some fat dude, right? Your body is going to be in a state of terror. It's going to be trying not to die, depending on how fat you are. The more fat you get, the worse it gets. But your body's just trying to sustain itself. It's got all this extra fat. It's trying to figure out what the hell to do with all of it. Your testosterone's crashing, all this other stuff. That affects your brain. And when your brain's affected, your intelligence is affected. I know. That was a very, very complex situation. Very complex line I just outlined. A line I outlined for all of you. But truthfully, we're going to get on to the next point. The real reason why people are out of shape is because they are lazy. That's the real reason. I refuse to believe any other reason. No one is too stupid to be out of shape. There's people with Down syndrome that have muscles, okay? Don't come at me with well, I don't know how to work out. Yes, you do. And I'm going to go over that a bit more later. Secondly, they say, and I've had some people say this, well, I don't want to be in good shape. I like the way I am. And they're either fat or they're really skinny. It's like, no, no, you don't. No functioning person thinks like that. The truth is, they say that because they're too lazy to put in the real work. And that's the truth. They just don't want to do the work. That's all it is. Or 3, there's stupidity, there's laziness. What would 3 be? 3 would be... Leave 3. Just those 2. I say those 2 are the main reasons. Those 2 probably cover all the bases. There may be a third one that I'm not remembering, but they say it's unnecessary or something. I feel like it would just be kind of repeating the first 2, but they also, because of their laziness, they make excuses, which I'm going to go over now. They say like, well, I have no gym. I don't have a gym, so how can I work out? It's just stupid stuff. Have you ever heard of a push-up? You ever heard of a squat? You need a gym to do these things, and it's even worse. It's even worse when they actually have a gym. They have like a gym membership, like, well, I don't know how to work out. It's like, bro, just get on a machine and do some stuff, okay? You'll figure it out. It's better than doing nothing. And that's the truth here. I mean, you don't need to be some... Oh, okay, this is the third one. They say, well, I don't have enough time. Yes, you do. Okay, in order to do 3 sets of push-ups takes like 15 minutes. Unless you're really advanced. Then you can do like 1-arm push-ups, or you can actually get a barbell and some weights. And this is where money comes in, because some people are like, well, I can't afford a gym membership, or, I can't get to the place, either because they're too young or they don't have a car. Okay, well, how about you make a little bit of money so you can go get a barbell and some weights and actually start getting stuff done, because this is all you need. This is my home gym right here. Plates, a bar, a bench, dip bars, and the dip belt you put weights on. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. That's all you need. Like $200, you'll have everything. Or 200, 300, depending on if you get it local, then you could probably get it for really cheap, relatively speaking. So make some money. That's why I talk about money on this channel, because in order to get things done, you need money. If you want to set up that home gym, stop being this, oh, well, I don't have a gym. I don't have a gym membership. I can't go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. You have to make some money so you can actually afford the home gym equipment. Or just go no gym and go to a park, do some push-ups, use the pull-up bar they have there, and there you go. That's it. That's literally it. But no, people are lazy. They say like, oh, well, I don't have enough time, bro. Like I said, 3 sets of push-ups, 15 minutes. You can get a workout done in 30 minutes. Don't tell me. And I know, like, these are always the people that say it. Everyone who says, I don't have time, I see them scrolling on TikTok. I see them scrolling on Instagram. I see them scrolling on Twitter. You know, God. Now, I see people. There's people I talk to. And we're talking about, important stuff. Usually they don't talk about important stuff. When they talk to me, they talk about important stuff because I'm a G. I don't talk about crap. They go on like, well, I don't have enough time. I can't really do this, can't really do that. And then, literally minutes later sometimes, I look over to them and they're like, and I just wonder, is this person that retarded or is he really just that lazy? That's what I think. And the same thing goes, like I talk to some of my friends and then, they come back to me, they talk about something they did that was a complete waste of time. And they're like, but I don't have enough time to get things I want done. It's like, bro, you were just telling me how you just played this video game for 2 hours. And now you're telling me that you don't have enough time to do something that's actually important. Like, you're lying to me. Shut up. You're a geek. Okay? So home workouts or get a gym membership, do whatever you need to, but start exercising. Okay, there's literally no excuse. If I hear someone that comes to, well, my mom died yesterday, so I can't work out. Shut up. Okay, you can work out even if your mom died. I don't care that your mom died. Okay, work out, do some push-ups. Now we're gonna go to the benefits of working out. The benefits of actually being in impeccable shape. One is respect. People can tell. Okay, that's probably one of the best ones. People can tell. People are like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And you get an aura around you. It's very nice. I'm not going to describe it here because then, one thing I always hate is people, like these people say like, well, I'm alpha while they're really retarded, right? It's so annoying because people who are actually, because I can't even say like, well, I'm an alpha. I can't even say that now because the people are going to think, well, oh, what a loser. He's not an alpha. What is he talking about? Because everyone who calls themselves an alpha is a loser, which is true. 99% of people who call themselves alphas aren't alpha. And even using the word alpha just sounds cringe. So that's, because I talk about like my experiences in the real world. And I feel like a douche when I talk about it because most people who talk like this aren't actually doing anything important. And I know that. But whatever. I'll put it like this. When you get this aura, you'll know, and you'll understand what I mean. I'll put it like that. Next, protection, And like I say, part of protecting others is, or part of, just being a respected individual, actually, they're linked here, is people looking at you like, okay, well, I probably shouldn't mess with that guy. That guy looks like he works out. The guy looks like he's strong. Let me not start a fight with him. He looks big. Let me not do anything to him. And that will stop most fights in the first place. If you're some scrawny little nerd neck, you play video games all day, people are going to look at you and you're an easy target. They're not going to think twice about starting a fight with you. Meanwhile, if you're big, right, and people can look at you and they can tell, they'll be like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't start a fight with this guy. So that's actually going to stop a lot of fights in the first place. But if you do get into a fight, guess what? You're in good shape. You have much better odds of actually, coming out with your desired end goal. Now, you also feel great. And this is an underrated thing. And, a lot of people talk about, well, I can't stay consistent. The truth is, it's because they don't have enough discipline. They don't have enough, quote unquote, willpower to make it like 2 weeks working out consistently. Because here's the truth, okay? And people who work out consistently will attest to this. Once you get used to working out, you will feel really weird if you don't work out. And that's how it is for me. I miss a workout. It's like, whoa, I missed a workout. What the hell's going on? What's going on here? That's how it is. Again, anyone who works out consistently will attest to that. That's how it is. But, these people, they can't do something difficult for 2 weeks, something they find difficult for 2 weeks, just so they can get used to it, so it's no longer difficult. Because at a certain point, this is a message of hope for you, at a certain point, it becomes so easy to work out. Like, now it's easy. Like, it's not even like, oh, I don't want to work out. That doesn't happen anymore. First few weeks, yeah, that happens sometimes. But now, it feels great. Absolutely no willpower required. You'll also be able to do more. And this more so goes if you're really skinny, because really skinny people, and I've seen this, they have trouble doing basic tasks sometimes, like picking something up or lifting something. They have a really hard time doing that sometimes because of how weak they are. Or they have the... Bro, where the hell is my mouse? There it is. Or they have the issue of being so fat that, they don't fit in places. They get out of breath after walking for a few minutes. All these terrible things, right? Do you really want to live a life like that? And it just gets worse when you get older, both ways. You got to change it now. Okay, and that goes if you're on the extreme end of either spectrum. If you're just some, kind of some fat dude with just a pot belly, you're not like... Oh, I'm so tired. I can't walk. He's being fatophobic. He's making fun of fat people. I don't care. If you're fat, I just made fun of you. And be mad about it. I don't care. You should not be fat. Okay? You know what? I wouldn't be able to... You wouldn't take offense. If you're someone who took offense to what I just did, like, oh, I'm so fat, I can't walk, then you have a problem. Because what really should be happening is you should be like, you know what? If I wasn't fat, that wouldn't offend me. That's what you should think. Okay, so take that as motivation. And lastly, you'll actually be able to be proud of yourself. Because when you do something difficult, you understand that, hey, I actually put my nose down and I did something most people aren't willing to do. And that's truly a great feeling to have. So again, that's one of the biggest upsides. Like, there's only upsides. I can't think of a single downside to being in impeccable shape. Now, this is all part of a bigger movement. Now, you may wonder, like, well, you haven't brought up the Bible in a while. You haven't brought up Christianity in a while. Maybe the gender rules from the Bible, but what about everything else? We believe in bridge theology, meaning the Bible gives us rules. In order to fulfill those rules, we have to do certain things. So, for example, I think the Bible tells us we should be respectable as men. Okay. Well, in order to be respectable, we need to work out. See the line here? It's all correlated. It's all related. Everything I say is all related. So, this is all about building back Christian men. I feel like we need to take action because the Bible tells us to take those actions. You just have to extrapolate it beyond the literal writing, right? You have to be able to expand on. And this is not an idiosyncratic thing because, this happens with our theology all the time, right? Why do Christians think slavery is wrong? Well, it doesn't say that in the Bible explicitly, does it? But we're able to extrapolate based on commands, right? That's kind of how this is. So, again, all part of a bigger movement. Link in the description for the Discord, link in descriptions for my website, have some resources over there, and subscribe for future videos. And also follow me on Instagram. I need more followers there.